She turned around, slightly crouched, and offered her hands to the dog to lick clean.
Let's go on to listeners' problems.
Hey, William, Jordan and PB, I love your podcast.
Hey.
It brings joy, drama, and a state of shock to my Tuesday and Friday mornings as I drive to work. I hope you can help me with a small issue. My mum's, no apostrophe, 60-year-old friend of many years recently confessed to my mother that she has a thing for me and she would love to be in a relationship with me. Albeit, she said this after a bottle of wine and also after confessing to having a fling with her sister's husband to my mum. Gosh.
Jesus, honestly, when your mum and the mates get on the wine, bloody hell.
Now,
everything comes out, doesn't it?
There's a twist here. Now, I'm a gay 26-year-old male in a relationship, and I have no desire to sleep or even be in a relationship with anyone who is either female or around the same age as my mother. She's a lovely woman. I've helped her out many times with using technology, and I've even helped her change career paths. How do I get over the trauma of knowing my mum's good friend has a fixation on me? And how can I deal with seeing her if she turns up at my mum's house whenever I am there? Keep up the good work, guys. I hope you can help. Much love, Anonymous.
It's the wine talking. You know what mums are like when they get on the wine? I think it sounds like your mum's friend meant it half jokingly. I had an auntie once that was trying to show me an hemorrhoid on her arse when she were pissed, and it's just one of them.
Hemorrhoid? I was at school with her.
No. So, and she wanted me to take a picture of it on her iPhone, and she'd had a thing.
God.
And
Stop. Can we just break that story down?
What?
Just go slowly again.
No, I don't want to talk about it. But you know what mums and them friends and aunties are like when they've been on the bloody vino. So I think it was all in jest. She had a hemorrhoid on her arse. Wanted me to take a picture of it. She thought it was a tumour, but it wasn't. It was an hemorrhoid. Is that weird?
Regardless of what she's got on her bottom, getting your friend's son to take a photograph of it.
No, it's my auntie.
Oh, your auntie. Okay, well, getting your nephew, that doesn't make it any better. If anything, it makes it worse.
No, it doesn't. We were later.
Yes!
And I remember saying at the time, as she was trying to pull her knickers down, saying, I've wiped your shitty ass before now. It's like, well, yeah. She weren't pulling knickers down, but she was. The thing is, she was half joking, she half weren't. I'll tell you this, right? I don't want to please forgive me if this sounds sexy, but women of a certain...
If this sounds sexy.
Sexist. Women of a certain age, when they've had a drink, filthy. You'd think, honestly, I've heard less filth coming out of a bunch of builders in the pub than some when I've been earwigging on my mum and my aunties when they've been on the pop. Anyway, I didn't take a picture of her hemorrhoid, but what I'm trying to say here is Anonymous, that I think it was all in jest. You know what it's like when they've had a drink?
Yeah, I think you maybe just need to say to your mum, if it gets brought up again, your mother is within her right to say, well, obviously he's gay and he's in a relationship with Dave, I don't know, and they're very happy together. So I think your mum's got to do some work here too. But obviously it's not going to go anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it, Anonymous, because you are gay. You're not going to reciprocate. It really isn't. And hey, if she's got a fixation on you, if she thinks about you and her deeper and darker fantasies, well, you can't stop that. That's my advice. This is from Anonymous. To William, Jordan, Diego and EPB. Firstly, I'd just like to say that I adore the podcast. I've even downloaded the ITV Hub, it's now called ITVX, to watch the 2020 season of I'm a Celeb, simply to understand the references.
Oh, God. Is he still on there?
Apparently.
Still not watched any of it.
Okay, good. Now, on to my dilemma. I have a neighbour who is very lovely, but is also fairly touchy in her interactions. Nothing intense, just moments such as placing her hand on your lower back when welcoming you into her home, or placing her hand on your arm when laughing. I have never had a problem with this until now. I went over to her house a few days ago as I needed her to sign a form.
Is this a male or a female?
I don't know.
Oh.
She opened the door with her elbows and held her hands up oddly. I asked her about signing the form, and she asked me to give her a moment to clean her hands as she was just cooking, and they were covered in raw chicken. The way she opened the door made more sense then. I said of course and stood back expecting her to run to the kitchen or the downstairs lavatory. However, she did neither of these things. Instead, she turned around, slightly crouched, and offered her hands to the dog to lick clean. She even rotated her hands and pointed to spots they had missed. She then turned... Oh, this is so awful. She then turned around, wiped her saliva-covered hands on her jeans, and grabbed the pen and form out of my hands to sign before handing it back.
It's like some off the bloody Flintstones.
I left after that in shocked silence. She has since invited me around for a coffee, don't touch it, as we do almost weekly.
She let the dog lick her hand. Oh, this is... You're not coming to mind for
Another
coffees.
cup of aromatic nut roast. But now I'm not sure if I can. So here's 3 out now. All that's been running through my mind, was this a one-off? If she is comfortable doing this for raw chicken, what other activities is this hand-washing method used after? What are her cleaning methods for other things in the house? So my question is, how do I face going over to hers again, as she is such a lovely woman? And how do I explain why I'm suddenly so uncomfortable eating at her house, or even touching me in ways that were so common and friendly before, but now make me feel dirty? Thank you so much, Anonymous.
Anonymous. She sounds like a very eccentric lady, does your neighbour, first and foremost. Also, I'm sure there'll be a lot of vets or dog experts or doggy people getting in touch saying, because I've heard before that a dog's mouth is really clean. If you ever have a cut on your leg or something, get a dog to lick it because it's got antiseptic in or something like that, isn't it? A dog's mouth's really clean. We don't know. Don't quote me on that. But just wash your pissing hands. Don't get, like...
But it's also that...
Couldn't she have also washed the... If the door went and she were cooking a chicken, couldn't she just wash her hands and then go to the door? How this lady's mind works is beyond me.
You could, I mean, I have 2 solutions. There's a slightly more straightforward and then there's a slightly more drastic. The straightforward one is, why don't you invite her to your house and go, no, we always come to you. Why don't you come to mine for a bit? And then you can at least prepare the coffee, the dinner, whatever it is. The other suggestion is move.
Or... just next time we're having a drink and she invites you for dinner, just in jest, she's going, nowhere, you dirty cow. I said, what you do with your hands and that dog? And then she'll get the hint.
I mean, there is that. If you live in the north, that one would approach. But if you live in Cheltenham, that's not going to work.
Weird people. Weird. Right.
Final one from Matt. Dear William, Jordan and PB, I have a question that I'm sure you can help with. After listening to the episode where William took Jordan to an afternoon tea at Fortnum and Mason's, remember that?
That was just, I remember that.
Mid-lockdown.
That was mid-lockdown, wasn't it?
It wasn't lockdown. Lockdown was mid-COVID.
Mid-COVID. It's when we were all allowed back out. And we thought that, if I remember right, was when we thought everything was going to get back to normal. That was in our naivety, because I did think, well, we've been locked down for, I think it was 8 weeks, weren't it? 8 or 9 weeks, something like that. I was like, we're getting back to normal now.
Anyway, I have always wanted to go and have my first afternoon tea. So last week, my partner and I finally went for my birthday and found ourselves in a sandwich conundrum. Our waitress, who was most hospitable throughout the afternoon, was taken by surprise when we asked for more sandwiches for the 3rd time. We wanted to restrain ourselves, but they were simply too good to stop asking for more.
This is like me when we went. I filled my boots that day.
So I guess my question is, how many times is one allowed to ask for refills? And are the top plates with patisseries refillable as well? We didn't ask because by the time we made it to the top plate, we were so full we could burst. Look forward to hearing what you think. Best wishes, Matt.
Okay, is this... Because I think it depends on different...
It depends where you are. I don't know, Matt, it's not clear whether you went to Fortnum's or you went somewhere else, but certainly places like Fortnum's, Claridge's, the Ritz, Savoy, sort of the top-end afternoon tea places in London.
Top end?
Everything is refillable.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
It's like your drinks at Pizza Hut.
Yes, so similar.
Honestly, that blew my mind when I was 11, 12.
Right.
When Pizza Hut brought in refillable drinks. I was like, you can... Even now I'm like, when I go Nando's, you can refill your drink, you can fill your boots.
Right.
It just blows my mind.
Yes. So...
Couldn't make it for that.
And the ice cream.
And the ice cream,
Oh,
yeah.
all right, okay, don't get too excited.
Anyway, go on.
So, yeah, the sandwiches are refillable. However, my top tip for anyone going for afternoon tea, as delicious as the sandwiches are, they're my second favourite thing on afternoon tea menus, don't go too bonkers because, as you say, you then won't have room for the scones and the cake.
And that's the best bit.
But yes, the patisseries are refillable as well, although very few people, I would imagine, ask for them to be refilled. But, secret top tip.
Get refilled and then take them away.
Yeah. Say, I think we'll have more, please. And then ask for I hate this term, but I'm okay with the concept, doggy bag.
Just a box to put them in.
Yeah, because it's best not to waste food. And with afternoon tea, there is a lot of waste. So I'm okay with doggy bags if they're offered.
Is it okay to ask for a doggy bag at a restaurant?
If they're offered.
Okay. So going back to the letter from Matt, like, how many times is it all right to ask for refill?
I don't normally ask for an entire plate of new sandwiches when I finish the first plate.
I did.
Yeah, you did. I just asked for I'll have more coronation chicken. Or if there's beef and horseradish. Those are my two faves.
Okay, I like coronation. I think I think you can ask 3 times, 4th at a push, 5th you take it piss.
I would say I'd maybe adjust that, but sort of
Well,
side
you
down.
paid your good money. Matt works hard, him and his partner, you know. We're looking forward to this. Fill your boots.
Well, yes, but I wouldn't fill your boots and sandwiches.
I ain't had afternoon tea for ages.
Maybe we should go take Ben.
Yes. Do you know what? Let's do an afternoon tea soon. And we could, so we've got an afternoon tea and Blackpool Pleasure Beach coming up.
Something for everyone.
We could do afternoon tea in Blackpool, fish and chips.
High tea.
High tea.
No, I think not.